So Ben Johns just released his tutorial on his backhand roll, and I'm obsessed. I've been out here for about an hour practicing the backhand roll on the wall. I've tried different things and different ways to practice it on the wall, and I'll show you guys what I've been doing and what setup I like to do. And in this video, I'm gonna kind of differentiate how this is different than my favorite pickleball shot, the backhand flick. It's pretty similar, but there's a little bit differences. And I've actually noticed that in my games, I will often kind of do a hybrid depending on how stretched I am and how low that ball is. But I'm gonna show you what I've been working on here. So I have that camera over there set up so you could kind of see this front angle, and that angle over there so you could kind of see my paddle positioning. One thing before I get started is the grip, and I don't think he talked too much about the grip, but the grip is super important. But he mentioned that for the backhand roll, you want to go from a low position here without using a wrist at all, or from your knees above your face here. So he's only doing this and his wrist is kind of locked in place, as opposed to my backhand flick where I kind of go like that and I use my wrist like a whip. His is just wrist completely firm and he's going low to high. But most importantly, his paddle, maybe that camera angle is better, his paddle is actually closed and facing down. Here's neutral, he's actually here. And the reason why I say grip is super important here is because to get this paddle angle here, I can't have my old grip. My old grip, I used to hold it like this, and I can't actually get my wrist to do this. If I want to do that, look at my whole arm. I can't do that. I don't have that mobility anymore. So this is where Jiao Mei's grip, the continental grip, actually helps a lot. Very low on the handle. My thumb is kind of right here. So very similar to what I was doing before, but it's even more in line with this edge right here. And that way I can come over here and check out my paddle angle. Without my whole arm and my wrist being torqued down this way, I'm already able to get a really closed face right here as a neutral position. Okay, so that's one big thing that I don't think a lot of people talk about, is the grip in which how you hold your paddle dictates the potential of a lot of these shots. Okay, let's dive right into it here. I'll feed with my left hand, and on the wall here, I've tried doing it without the wall slanted and it doesn't really work. I have the wall angled about like 10 degrees or so, and the reason for that is when I feed, the ball actually comes up a little bit. And the muscles that I'm using here, is primarily my deltoids. Thank goodness I've been actually working these out in the gym. I've been doing like these lateral raises for my deltoids, but this is all deltoids. I'm basically just like raising a dumbbell like this here. So let's try that one more time. Here, boom. Here, boom. Here, boom. And that was a pretty low one too. So now I'll kind of show you what my wrist flick looks like, my backhand flick looks like. It's pretty different. So this is my flick. Woo, it's fast. Again. So that's kind of the main difference, is with the flick shot, I'm relying on a lot of this kind of kinetic snap with my wrist. With the roll shot, it's just coming from my shoulders. That, bam. You could get wicked amount of power on these roll shots though, because I'm using bigger muscles. It's not quite as sneaky, I don't feel, as the flick shot like here. That was a bit too low. Here. That I feel like could be a little bit sneakier sometimes, but I'm definitely going to work on my roll shot because there's a time and place for it. So here, flick, here, roll. Woo! Here, flick, here, roll. Oh. Okay, let's do it again. Flick, and roll. Flick, and roll. Flick, and roll. Oh! I'm a little bit out of gas right now, a little bit winded. I've been doing this for too long. I need to go inside to eat some dinner. But let's do a few more repetitions here. Flick, and roll. Flick, and roll. With the roll, I've been noticing that it's really, really nice for balls that are like, I don't know actually, I have to think about this a little bit more, but they both feel good for different reasons. I highly recommend you watch Ben's video. He's a great teacher. Watch Ben's video and just look at how much power he's able to get off of this. And I think what it is combined with his backhand cross-court dink, his slice dink, it looks really similar because he's very swingy and shouldery with his backhand dink. So when he's doing this, it looks very similar to this roll shot. So like he's dinking here, right? He's dinking here, and then he could just like kind of elevator that up when it's a volley and do like a really sneaky disguised roll. I don't know how he does it. I'll probably have to study more. Sorry, so I'm gonna add this part in real quick. If you are an advanced player, you could try this. I'm still working on this myself. But in Ben's video, he did mention that to get a more realistic situation, you could actually have a third person dink cross court to you and then get that roll shot. He always rolls forward, straight on, and even if the ball is coming cross court, he will roll that straight still. So something that I'm kind of trying to mimic that cross-court dink against the wall here is I will feed from my right side this way, and that way I get a ball that's flying to my left, and I could get a more realistic situation where I hit a roll shot. So I'll do a couple reps here. This is a little bit trickier and a bit more advanced, I feel, but it still works. So here, there. So here, angle, there, 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 there. Oh, that's a bit low. That's a nice one. Good. Good. Nice. Nice. Yeah, the angle of the paddle is key, guys. Really try to get your paddle from here, neutral, to here. That's really, really key. Again. Woohoo! So I know people are going to ask me, Ed, how are you able to keep it straight? And how are you not just launching that ball high in the air? Because when we talk about going low to high, it seems like I would just launch that ball to the oblivion. And again, I'm going to reiterate this. It's really key to get that grip right and get your paddle slightly closed. Because of this slightly closed angle, I'm able to hit low to high, and that ball is the perfect angle with the paddle to go straight. That's how Ben gets it so straight here. So I'll do a couple examples of what not to do. So this is if my paddle is straight like this. Okay, so it's straight like that, and I'm going low to high still, and watch what happens. Yeah, it just gets launched up. Okay, so now I'm gonna fix my grip here. I'm gonna come over here a little bit. So now my paddle's facing down this way. Okay, so same exact motion here, low to high, and watch what happens. See, that one even came a little bit too low, so I need to adjust my angle a little bit. Better. That was really low. I need to toss this hard. Boom! Yes. Boom. There it is. Holy. Dude, you could really rip the bejeebers out of this ball. That is way more power than my wrist flick is able to generate. Like, there's way more weight to this ball. My wrist flick might be a little bit faster, maybe. Like here, might be a little bit faster and surprise people. But this roll shot, I could put my whole weight behind it. Yeah, this is a pretty short video. I'm kind of still in the experimental phases of this roll shot, but I'm definitely gonna keep working on it. I think it's super cool that Ben is starting to put out tutorials now. He's a great IQ in mind. But yeah, okay, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go home and eat some food. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hit that like, subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next time. Oh.